Hi folks, welcome back. Out here in the shop, kind of working on a project. Not as fast as I used to be. This product's taken them 8 days so far, but I can only work about an hour a day. Let me show you what I need to do. You guys up here probably see just as good. Now this is a 6-jaw chuck. I don't remember where I picked it up, but it's perfect for what I want to do. I'm turning in a garage, not a garage door. I'm turning a this is the part that's really hard about this, what I've got. I can't remember things. They're right on the tip of my tongue. I'm turning one of the gate openers that's a chain drive into a horizontal welding rotator. And this is going to be what holds the workpiece. It's got reversible jaws, so you can reverse it and grab it on the outside, or these three in here will grab it on the inside. And that's plenty good enough for what I want to do. The only problem is this doesn't have a backing plate, so you can't attach it to anything. So I'm making a backing plate that will attach to the gate opener, make this thing go round and round. Now a backing plate, you see this has got some dirt in there. Clean that out and get a good measurement from here to here. And then you want it to be about the same diameter, because these 6 holes around here are what mounts the plate to the chuck, to the lathe, or deal. Well, this is a scrap that I had that would be perfect for it, except it's too narrow. And these holes that it goes on won't have enough meat in this. So I've been looking at different things and playing with different things, and I came up with another way to do it. Now, in one of the other videos, I showed you welding a piece of pipe onto the back of a piece of stock. Well, I've started that video 3 or 4 times. You may see clips of it here and there in this, but I just can't stand the rigors of editing very much yet. So with that being said, and yes, I know this is totally the wrong lathe to be using, but I'm afraid of my reflexes and being able to stand up long enough to use the axles in 20-inch, which just to make it a 10-minute job. But the one I do feel comfortable working with is Bob. Now, Bob's got the piece of material chucked up in it. I've been working on it. I hate to tell you this. I went too far on one of my dimensions. I had it somehow in my brain that this was going to be the outside ring for that plate, and I'm now having to do 3 times as much work to get it to where it'll work. It's okay. I've got nothing better to do. At least I have a shop I can semi-work in. One problem I want you to look at is the mess coming off of Bob. This is dangerous. Really dangerous. Let me lock my wheelchair and I'll see if I can stand up. You might notice I've got a trash can down there, and I got this bird's nest of material up here. Well, get around here. I'll put you up here, guys. Y'all rest up here out of harm's way. I don't know if you're out of harm's way or not. Anyway, Bob's the lathe I can use because everything's right here. I went and got an apron on, and I put some boots on. I can't really, my feet are really sensitive, but these can go on and off easy, and I got to have something. So what we're doing is making this a two-step pulley, and I'm getting the face of it down right now. But the main part of this is dangerous as hell. Oh, Steve, how could it be so dangerous? These chips that are coming off that piece of steel, A, are sharp, and B, can pull right out of this area here and wrap around the chuck if you're not watching it. Now, I've been doing this, but I use a nice chip grabber and grab it out of the way and keep it over here as I'm working. But I got it so piled up, I got to get some of this, out of the trash. Still don't have any balance. And I got all colors of stuff coming off. And unfortunately, I don't have this much or more coming up again. Mainly because I've been working trying to play around and see if I could find a speed that will turn this into chips. And I've come to the conclusion that Bob doesn't have the oomph to turn a piece of that metal fast enough or hard enough so I can put that carbide tip in. Now, I bought Bob a present. I bought him a little set of little tiny itsy bitsy. I'm used to using tool holders, carbide inserts that fit in this. Well, obviously this one won't fit in Bob. In fact, I bought a new set of tool holders for Bob. He was happy. And this is the biggest one I can put on Bob. There's quite a bit of difference, don't you think? Well, I can't run the lathe that fits into my 20-inch Axelson. I don't have the strength, the stamina, maybe even the wherewithal to get the hell out of the way if something goes wrong. And in another video, I burnt one chip up on it, mainly because I was pushing it too far. I got to thinking and didn't remember that this is a tiny little piece of carbide on that holder. And I was pushing it so hard to test the limits, damn near welded the tip on the end. But I took a file and it came off easy. Let's see if Bob feels up to the task. This is a portable chip shield. I'm trying to keep the chips away from me and my feet. So let's see what we can do. Now, this is Bob's shield guard. Need to buy me some new plexiglass for it so I can see through it easier. Just been playing with speeds and feeds on it. Can y'all see this end over here? That's where I'm cutting now. I've got to cut all of this away down to 1/8 of an inch. This needs to be about another 1/2 inch to fit, and then I'm going to saw it off and turn it around and part the back and go to town with it. Ain't getting it done here. Right now we're cutting in second gear at about 1,050 RPMs. My chip chill doesn't like to be hanging down there. Now you really want to do chips. And I've been Are we going anywhere, guys? Pull the right handle, Steve-O. I've got a mag holder over here, a mighty mag, so I can see what depth of cut I get going that way. And we're right at about 35 thousandths now. I'm just going to have to whittle this down. It's taking a 1/2 inch at a time with the 20 inch. Didn't like that, did it? That's a vibration of some sort. Pulling these away from it all the time. Not letting it build up so it can wrap around. I don't think it likes 35 thousandths. Just for the heck of it, we can move it out a little bit. Took about 5 thousandths off of that. As you can see, this is a tiny piece of carbide. Well, that did that. I'm going to come back and get that center part off of it. See how the chips are coming off in littler, tighter pieces. This chip can get in between the tool and the face and push the tool away from it. So you get variable facets on it. Make you one of these. These are handy. This has got a piece of metal that's curved into a U. I didn't make it. I picked it up from an old machinist one time. Now I'm going to unlock the table and move it 35 thousandths, or 30. I'll take it 30. think Bob's been worked this hard in its life. Tried as hard as I could. I couldn't get it to make a chip unless it's just too much for that carbide tip. See the color, how it's blue, comes off hot, gold. It's taking all the heat out of that part when the chip comes off with heat like that. And like I say, you want this stuff to be gone. Pulling one thin strip off as it goes. And as you go different diameters, the chip changes. Because where we're cutting at in there is very slow compared to the outside diameter of the cut. In fact, if I wanted to, I could increase the speed just to make up for that. I got my plate full right now trying to mess with other things. And don't reach out and touch this chip with your hands until it cools off. Not only can it cut you and burn you, speed up around your hand and cut it. Alrighty. Okay. 10, 20, 30. Lock it down, go to town. I'm leaving this shield up so that you guys can see what's going on. I guess you can there too. But Bob is handling all this with ease. Bob has a Reese drive located in the bottom of the left pedestal, and that Reese drive, oops, get away from there, get away. I was talking, Bob has a Reese drive, and I can change the speed of it, the spindle, independently of the table or the carriage, because it is electrically driven. It means Bob can't do threads without the threader in the back. Now turn to gold color. Almost through there. Okay, 3 more. 1, 2, 3. I know this seems like it's taking forever, it does to me too, but Bob's belt drive, and I'm hoping if something bad helps, the drive slips. On the 20-inch, that drive don't stop for nothing. I don't know what kind of material this is. It cuts very nice. And it was a 7-inch round stock that I picked up somewhere. When you pick it up, you don't have any search, you don't know what it is, so you have to, anything that needs search, you're out of luck. I'm going to speed it up a little. Now that's as fast as I could go in second gear. That is 1250. I'm going to switch that down to 15.5, and I'm going into high gear. And it doesn't like that much at all. It settled down. Hearing a vibration, that hum, like the tools rubbing on it. You notice how everything's turned to chips. I'd like for that to happen the whole way. We'll see if we can do it again on the outside. Sometimes you just have to play around to figure out what speed and feed. Okay. I'm going to change it, and I'm going to go 20 thousandths. Now I've lost my position. See what it does. It's not going to do anything, dummy. Just touch off there. Okay, we're touched off. Come back out. We're going to go over here 25 thousandths, but we spin up the spindle about 500 RPMs. Let's clear this out of here. There's nothing. Pushing another kind of color on us, like silver to blue, like it. Wish I could bury that tip more. This doesn't like it all. That right there was the chips getting in between the surface and the cutting area. Now Bob will go all the way up to 3,000. Get out of there, Chip. We're going to try 30,000. That was 25,000. It's right at 30. Shooting this everywhere. Did you notice how that stream of metal was just shooting out the backside? I couldn't control that wad. It went everywhere. I tried to drag it out of the way, and luckily this is thin enough to where it break, but you gotta be careful. It's like tinsel. The way the different chips come off that metal is really interesting. And the different colors and so on going on. It seems like there's a little bit of everything. Tell you what, I'm going to sweep off your perch over here. We'll let you ride on the carousel. Okay, I'm waiting for the first person to tell me I should get a shop air hose in here. I don't ever use air on a project or a machine. The reason I don't is because no matter how careful you are, the chips can be blown up underneath the seals. And when you tear apart a machine to rebuild it, you can see about this much on most things coming in where chips were drug under there or pushed by air. So I always use brush. It takes longer. I remember my old shop teacher, at the end of the day, he would be out in the shop blowing all the chips off all the machines. They were pretty worn out. They didn't hold tolerance very well. Okay, where are we? Let's see how hot that piece is. There's some heat in there. See how little this tool is? Only got a ½ an inch to take off, so it's not very far. 10, 20. I'm going to go 35 against my better judgment, but it's at a faster speed, so it may break a chip. I didn't like that at all, did it? Whoa. That was 5 thousandths more than the 30 thousandths that was cut nicely. So we go back there. And we'll see. Let's take that off. See how this stuff gets a mess. Oh, crap. to 1300. You know, when you find something that works, quit messing with it. Now I know that's a 0 for me. I may have burnt that tip up. Pushing it too hard. I'm afraid I ate that tip up. I know not to push it, but I did. Get you around and see what the tip looks like. Oh, crap. I'm too tired to even tell you what's going on. The things that I want you to get out of this video. Chips are extremely dangerous. Don't ever reach in for them. Try to keep them pulled back. If you can, break them. If you can't, just be very careful. If one of those chips had wrapped around that vise, I guarantee you it would have taken everything down here and with it. There's where the stop button is. I got to get into the line of fire to get to that stop button. But chips, speeds, feeds, they all do different. Now Bob's got an oiling system, coolant. Problem is it makes so much smoke when your metal gets hot like this that you can't stand in the room. I was going to try some of this trim tap heavy and just brush a little bit on it, but I got to go look at this tip and see if I've destroyed it. I may be back and I may not. We'll see how I feel.